illegally injecting people?
She's accused of sticking needles in people's faces without a license, and that's a crime.
It would have caused me, if I let them sit, to go have surgery done on my face.
Prosecutors say she was running a business called Slim Slays without a license.
I think it's a significant problem.
There are so many people out there that are unlicensed and unsafe.
It's a huge problem.
Greg, I'm Dave Bisping with ABC15.
We've exposed, gone undercover even.
He does it.
You haven't noticed anything, like you're not, fly off the handle, you know.
To catch fake doctors, fake dentists, fake nurses.
Welcome in. Our team of ABC15 Investigators is coming together because we want to talk about people that are providing different services illegally without a license. And this is a topic we have been covering for years, especially our chief investigator, Dave Biskobine. So he's going to be coming on a little bit later. But we have Ann Ryman, Nicole Grigg. And one of the big things that brought this back up was we have been covering an undercover operation that involved the Arizona Attorney General's office and the arrest of a woman who's known as Slim Slays, but Sadie Holiday. And allegedly, she was providing cosmetic injections without a license. And now, I mean, her website is taken down, but we got a look at it before it was taken down.
Yeah, her website is gone. Her social media footprint is gone. But a lot of people who were clients of hers have been sharing videos, pictures, their experiences when they went to her.
And when we got a look at that website, we saw all of these services that she was allegedly providing. And it was Botox, it was liquid rhinoplasty, filler, like you said. And we even saw some strange things on there, like she might have been selling these kittens as well.
Rare kittens.
Yeah. Yes.
Very expensive kittens.
Yes. Too. So we did get a look at her website. We do have some of that before it was taken down. But this is a bigger issue that we want to talk about. And we're hearing that it's a bigger issue from not only people that are in this field and doing everything up to, the legal standard, but also the Arizona Attorney General.
Yeah. She says it's a growing problem, a big problem. She calls them fake injectors, impostors, which is a topic that we have been following for years. Not just illegal cosmetic injectors, but across the board. But I think this illegal cosmetic injector, this is where they're seeing a rise in it.
And there's so many people that are very interested in this particular field of cosmetic injections. There's a big demand that is ever growing because of it. We have been following this case as it goes into the court process.
Right.
And she has been indicted, but this has brought up a lot of questions. And some of the main questions that we are hearing are really two main ones. Why does this matter? What did people have bad experiences specifically with Sadie Holiday? And also we keep getting tips about other people, not just Sadie. And so we want to answer some of those questions. And to answer one of the first questions, we've gotten so many messages about people that went to Sadie Holiday.
Yeah. Not only concern about her, but who she got her certificates through. So people who went to either Sadie or maybe some of the people that she got her alleged training from. So there's a lot of questions. I think one of the big questions I've been seeing was what were they using? What was injected into me? And I think that's some of the questions that these investigators at the AG's office are trying to track down too. They're going to be looking at what was the product that they confiscated. Did they confiscate it? The AG's office right now is not saying much, very, very little, because they have to protect the integrity of it. But the amount of people that we have heard from is overwhelming, dozens.
Yeah.
I mean, Ashley and I have already started a spreadsheet of people reaching out to us. So it just shows how far this is going. But why this matters, is because this is illegal. You have to be licensed. You have to be under a provider. And that's one of the reasons why I think this is so important and timely.
Well, and people don't think about the safety aspect, but we've heard from women that told us that they had to go seek medical care after allegedly getting their lips injected by Sadie Holiday, bleeding, having to get medical treatment.
It would have caused me, if I let them sit, to go have surgery done on my face. It was so severe. There was occlusion on my lip. There was bruising. The blood was not flowing. I was just going down a slippery slope.
And you have been covering this particular topic for years now. And you have heard from people that are providing these services. They have their license. Everything is according to what it is supposed to be. And they say this is a problem.
This is a really big problem, and it's happening everywhere. I've talked with a number of people who are licensed nurses, and they'll see ads pop up on Facebook, Instagram, and a lot of these services are offered for a fraction of the cost, right? Which is kind of the big enticement. And some people don't know that. I talked to one woman who didn't know that you actually do need to have a medical provider give this service to you. So there is also that aspect of it, is some people don't know that you do need a medical provider.
And people have definitely said Sadie Holiday is not the only person that allegedly could be doing this. And you know that firsthand. You've covered some cases where people were providing cosmetic injections.
Wasn't one woman working out of her home?
Yes, one of the women was working out of her home, doing the services out of her home. She would get kind of references on Instagram. That's how you'd find her. You'd Cash App her. And again, a lot of times people that have a bad experience, they don't know where to go. Like, do I go to the police? Do I go to the attorney general? There's medical boards. They're not quite sure the right route to take.
The concern was with the AG's office is, you have to look up for these pop-up settings, whether it be in a house and then they switch different houses, operating out of hotel rooms. They told me that this can happen. Any of those pop-up settings, and if it doesn't look like a sterile, safe environment, that's why I brought up the home setting. Because you do need to be in a safe, secure environment.
Pain is a big sign that something's wrong.
In extreme cases, fillers carry a risk of blindness or even stroke, according to research studies.
I can tell you I've had so many people sit in my chair and cry, and friendships have been lost because a friend referred them and said, this person's a nurse doing this, and they weren't.
We're talking about people getting things injected into their face. We've seen people with under eye rejuvenation, lip filler, Botox, fat dissolver, all of those things going in places where you could potentially have some kind of safety issue with your body. I mean, that's why we're talking about it needs to be sterile. So the Attorney General's office, we started getting so many tips, so many questions about different people. And so we talked to them. They're not saying a lot about the investigation right now.
No, but they had a lot to say about,
Yes.
fake injectors.
We're seeing them, offering themselves up as being licensed to do this, but they're not. You have to be a nurse practitioner under the guidance of a physician or a physician. You actually have to be a medical provider to do Botox or to do fillers.
The AG, Chris Mays, calling them impostors, which, is a long time topic that our ABC15 investigators have covered. But I think one of the main things is the red flags, kind of marketing themselves on social media, TikTok, again, for a fraction of the price. And just looking at those pop-up settings was like the big red flags for the AG.
And they can sometimes they do a good job of having like different graphics and different things they create. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that they have everything up to standard. But if someone out there thinks, I know of this person, I know of this person, I think this person might be doing this, there is a place that they can report them.
Yeah, I mean, the AG's office has an entire website for complaints, not just about the case that we have been covering or your case. Any injectors that you feel is not licensed, illegally practicing, and across the state, we're talking across the state. The AG is looking at this across Arizona. They want to know about it. They're dedicating a team to this, and they know that this is a big problem and a rising problem. The AG is trying to crack down on this. They need more people. They need better laws to address this specific situation as well.
Anything else as you report that you think people need to know? I think one thing I'm thinking of is people were commenting because we saw Sadie Holiday in court. We tried to talk to her after because we've heard from so many people, and she appeared at her arraignment, and those arraignments are called not guilty arraignments. We've had people that have even provided us with confessions, and they've gone to their arraignment and they have pleaded not guilty. And so some people were reacting to that. This is all now in a court process. Nothing is going to move super, super quick. This all takes time for this to play out in court. And so I think that's a good reminder to people, because I had people messaging me saying, well, what happens now? Is it going to happen in 2 weeks? Is she going to trial? It all takes time. Everything is going to take time.
Are you licensed in laser procedures? Yeah. Not in Arizona, you're not? Yeah, I am. Hi, my name's Dave. I'm an investigative reporter with ABC15. He's now claiming to have completed a completely separate dental anesthesia program.
We also want to bring in Chief Investigator Dave Biscabine, because we have just been talking about people that are illegally injecting people, possibly doing this unlicensed with cosmetic injections. But you have been exposing people that are imposters in many different fields across Arizona for years and years. So we wanted to hear from your perspective. I mean, this is a big problem.
It's a huge problem. It's far from just injectors. Over the years, we've exposed, gone undercover even to catch fake doctors, fake dentists, fake nurses. We've done stories about unlicensed people doing psychiatric or psychology with patients. I mean, really, if there is a corner of the healthcare industry, there have been unlicensed people working in those areas. And it's really scary to think about. You would think that this is impossible, but it happens all of the time. And that is why when you hear about these arrests, there's, I guess for me, people are like, oh, how could this happen? It happens all of the time. I mean, we've reported on a lot of these cases, but what's even scarier, and I hope people kind of really hear this, it shouldn't be this way, but patients have to do their homework themselves, because I've seen so many cases where police and health boards found out about these people and they didn't do anything. They kind of just like, oh, that's a police matter, or the police go, oh, that's a health board matter, and no one wanted to take responsibility. So these people do it, and sometimes they do it for years and they get away with it, and they actually harm some people pretty badly and they still get away with it.
Yeah, our team has gone undercover before to expose these people. I mean, what was that like to see people that are imposters and playing it off like they're doing this job up to legal standards?
So let me just find.
And also a follow-up that I'm sure you're going to answer. People have been harmed because of this.
People have definitely been harmed because of this. I mean, you've shown pictures of the injectors you've done and the harm that's done. But, we're going to start with the guy that started imposters for us. This is Dr. Craig. Dr. Craig is not a doctor. But Dr. Craig was pretending to be a doctor, and he was pretending to be a doctor for quite a while. He ran a little clinic called My MD Clinic in the Tempe high rises off Mill Avenue, so it's not like he's in some seedy little office. And he was doing a lot of stuff that he just shouldn't be doing. Botox injecting.
Yeah.
Also
hair removal,
doing
weight loss.
some weight loss stuff. He was doing some prescribing HGH and some other types of medications, treating people for a bunch of for things that, he had no business doing.
Yeah.
So we went undercover.
That's him.
Yeah, we sent 2 producers in undercover. This was already almost 10 years ago. And we caught Dr. Craig in the act. He ended up going to prison for a good 6 to 8 years. But the thing about it is, the reason why we went undercover, we didn't make that decision loosely. People had already complained about him to the Tempe Police Department and 2 different health boards over the years, and no one acted on it. Like, he had just gotten away with it over and over and over again. In fact, after I broke the story about Dr. Craig and it got a lot of attention, we found out kind of pre our digital archive system back in like the early 2000s, our investigative team, a few years before I joined, had investigated him for doing something similar, and he got away with it then too and exposed it. So this is a guy pretending to be a doctor. After him, we went undercover and we busted Andronique. Andronique claimed to be a nurse. She stole a real nurse's identity. So she actually, when people would say, like, are you licensed or whatever, she would use a different nurse's identity. We asked her, like, hey, are you licensed to do this? Can you show me your license? And she pulled up a different nurse's profile and was claiming to be Nurse Brittany. I won't say Brittany's last name to protect her identity, but Andronique was not Nurse Brittany. I forget what Andronique's sentencing was. I don't know if she even went to prison, but she got arrested and in charge after our story. She had been ignored by some authorities too for a while. So the scary thought is people do this and they even get reported and they get away with it. So I cannot emphasize this enough. People, you have to do your homework. It's okay to ask someone, show me, do you need a license to do this? And if so, show me it.
And it might go beyond because I've seen some people send us little pictures of certificates and things like that. And so I'm wondering if you could show us the certificate you have, because you can nowadays make certificates online.
Not just nowadays,
pretty easy.
Forever. Ever since the computer, it's been able to do it. So, this kind of gets to the idea you need to protect yourself, and you need to not only ask, you really should check. And I know it sounds like a lot of work, but here's a really extreme example. This next guy, he's a real dentist, but he falsified his anesthesia credentials. So he was putting people under without being licensed to do that. His name was Pankaj Goyal, Dr. Goyal, real dentist, but he was putting people under. And what he did is he created a residency degree, seeing that he had completed a dental anesthesia residency program, basically like he is a doctor of anesthesia. And he claimed to have gone to Metro Health, which I think is a Cleveland area hospital, and he had gotten it June 1st of 2001, and he had signed it with this person's name, it had been signed with this person's name. And I'm looking at this. This doesn't really look like but the dental board accepted this completely. Now, did they do their job? That's a whole nother story. They didn't. They had gotten complaints over years and dismissed them. All they had to do was call any of these people and find out that this was entirely fake. But what makes this egregious, and this is when, this is what really is scary. This guy's putting people under. People are putting their lives in his hands, and thankfully no one died. But look at this. Doesn't look like, some official, medical, diploma or degree. I'm not kidding when if you at the time went into Microsoft Word and you went into the templates and you typed in certificate, you will get exactly this. It's why we made our own at the time, right? So it's the exact same thing, except I put my name on there. I gave myself a BS in dentistry. We made this because I brought this to the dental board when they kept ignoring me, saying, how come you let an imposter do this, and how come you failed to investigate it? So I blew this up. I went in front of their board and I spoke.
Now, on its face, the first problem here is he's now claiming to have completed a completely separate dental anesthesia program, and at the same time, he was allegedly at Metro Health. But there's more. Because I reached out to the Air Force, and they confirmed to me that none of this is true.
And so it'd be on their public record forever. And shortly after that, their executive director retired. Then Dr. Goyal also was prosecuted. He just got probation, though. So a lot of times, sometimes these people don't get the stiffest of punishments, which is also kind of scary. So,
and when you have people at home, we're showing you all of this, and there are going to be people that think, oh my gosh, what do I do? How do I protect myself? I know we're going to be sharing different links, but what's your advice to people out there that do have to do that homework?
So whether you're going to go to a nurse or a doctor to get, injections, Botox, etc., very common, or you're going to go to the dentist, or you're going to go see your doctor, get the name and run it through the health board website. That's going to do 99% of the work for you in most cases, right? Okay, this dentist, this doctor, this nurse, this whatever, this esthetician, this podiatrist, whatever, they are licensed, and you can check that. It's very easy. You can go to medical board website, and it'll have the license lookup, and you can look it up, and you should even be able to see some of the disciplinary actions if they've had any either. So that's a very important step. Now, what's scary about this is they let this guy do it and they blew it, but for almost every case that's going to be acceptable. Another thing that's important to check is, because of our stories several years ago, the state requires now health boards, because they failed at this so terribly, to actually list imposters on their website. So if you go to health board websites, there should be a link that says imposters, where you can check and see, some names. And if anything pop out, that's not good, but you can see the names of people who have been accused of or been found to have done unlicensed care.
Yeah, and Sadie Holiday, the woman who we were talking about with Ann and Nicole, the one who kind of brought some of this back to the forefront with this undercover operation involving the state attorney general's office, she was actually on that imposter list when we checked. Now, we'll have to check and see when she was added. Some of that was all happening right before her arrest. People can still go watch your imposter series.
Yes.
And so you can see that. We're going to continue to cover all of this, especially Holiday's case as well, and how this plays out in the court system. And also, as we've been saying, the state attorney general has told us that this is something that her team is looking at across the state. So we're going to cover that as well. And Dave, any last words before?
If you have any, in addition to checking, if you have any questions or concerns about a health professional, whether or not they're licensed or not licensed, if you suspect someone isn't, the attorney general is the agency to handle this. I'm not singing their praise, but they are the ones that usually handle these cases. They recognize it's a crime. Sometimes it goes over. Local police has had health boards maybe don't feel equipped enough to do it, and they ignore it. They shouldn't, but they do sometimes. They're the ones that actually went in after our stories and prosecuted this guy. Same with Dr. Goyle. I don't remember who did Andronique. That might have ended up being Scottsdale Police after they did it, but they're typically the ones that handle these cases. So if you have a complaint or a real suspicion about someone, AG's office.
Yeah. And if you have any tips, if you think we should be looking into anyone, if you were a past client or alleged victim of Sadie Holiday, please write into our investigative team as we continue to cover this. We'll have much more on ABC15.com.